Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection. I'm Mike, and today is a Western roundup. These are some new Westerns that I'm going to show you guys. These are not all spaghetti Westerns. I got a mixture of some classic 1950s Westerns. I got some spaghetti Westerns here, and I got a couple of really cool German releases. Let's start with the German releases, because I think this will be really cool. Okay, the first movie, this is from Koch Media, Explosive Media, really cool German label. Has put out all kinds of cool stuff. But I was looking for a movie from, I think this is from 1958. This is a movie called Gunman's Walk. And it's a really cool movie. It stars Van Heflin, Tab Hunter, and James Darren. Really cool movie. The release, as always, I love how some of Koch Media's releases, especially the 1950s Westerns, how good they look, the print and everything. This is basically a story of, a good brother and a bad brother, and a dad who is he's a rich rancher. He's basically built this empire of cattle in this town, and he's well respected, and he wasn't always the best guy. But now he's a very upstanding citizen, and he's very, everyone knows him and likes him, and he's well thought of and everything. Well, he lost his wife sometime after these boys were born. I think the youngest one, who's played by James Darren. But he has a pair of sons, one played by Tab Hunter, one by James Darren. Tab Hunter plays the little bit older, the more reckless, doesn't want to do the business side of things. He doesn't want to do, what his father wants. He wants to do his own thing, and basically just in a few days' time, like, all hell breaks loose with this guy. He just gets into all kinds of trouble, showing his dad. He's just totally humiliated, and everything. And then his son, the younger one, James Darren, tries to make everything right a little bit. I mean, the brother and the father and stuff kind of look down on the Indian people. There's a girl that works at a local trading post they have there, and she's I think she's half Indian or something. He starts he likes this girl. He's trying to be nice to her while everyone else is kind of mean to her and everything. And just a bunch of stuff happened. A bunch of reckless stuff happens with Tab Hunter does all this stuff. But man, it's a great movie. As usual, Van Heflin's really good. In most Westerns I've seen him in, he's always good. But yeah, this is a great release. Great movie. I think it's available. I think I got this Blu-ray because it was from Koch Media, because I knew they always looked good and stuff and everything. So I found a good edition. I found it was not too much, and I was very happy. Turned out good. I recommend that. It's called Gunman's Walk. Next up, I have another German release. This is a really cool packaging it came in. It's really pretty interesting. This is from a German company called Film Julen. They've been in something, or a live entertainment. The movie was directed by the great Alan Dwan, who directed a lot of the classic Douglas Fairbanks, silent movies back in the day. He goes all the way back to the beginnings of Hollywood and everything. Directed a bunch of action movies and stuff in the 20s and stuff. And after Talkies came in, he did a variation of different types of movies, and this is probably from the early 50s. I want to say this is from like, okay, 54. This came out in 54. It was kind of on a low budget. I think originally was an RKO. It was an RKO release, and it's called Silver Load. And it's a great movie. I was reading about it. I came across it. I think I was looking up the actor John Payne, which I've seen him in some noir movies, and I was like, man, what's some other John Payne movies? Because he's freaking cool. And came across some westerns, and this was one of the westerns, and it was actually directed by Alan Dwan. It was on more of a low budget for RKO. It also has the great Dan Duryea, Lisbeth Scott, Stuart Whitman. It's got a big cast in it. It's got a lot of older actors in character roles. Harry Carey Jr. But yeah, it's a great release. It's in a nice smooth package. It's got this. Got like a slipcase. Got a nice slipcase. Got some art on the back. And what I like about some of these German releases is they always come with a nice booklet and everything. It's got a little write-up. It's all in German, but it's pretty nice. Got a lot of photos, good write-up and everything. It's it's DVD, but it's really cool. There was another version of this on DVD. I think there was an American release, and they were kind of cheaper release. I think this may be in the public domain. I'm not sure, but this copy was really good. Looked really good. It was I'm not sure what color this was. It wasn't Technicolor. It wasn't something like that. It was whatever RKO was using at the time, and it gave it a distinct look. But Dan Duryea is basically the bad guy. John Payne was a former outlaw type guy, ran with a gang, and he's settled down in this town, and he's become well liked with everyone, and he's newly married, and he's trying to start up, have normal life, and his old gang kind of looked him up, and they came out to the town posing as marshals to bring him back in. And basically what they were going to do is lead him to the gold that he hid from a robbery and stuff. So they were it's a race against the clock to prove his innocence, because the town turned out to be almost like a lynch mob, and they were going to get him. And there's a great shootout, some great action scenes in this, some real cool stunt work. It's really good. Dan Duryea is great as always as a bad guy. I love Dan Duryea. He was in so many cool film noirs, and John Payne is awesome in this movie. But yeah, this is a great movie. Silver Load. I think the town's called Silver Load. But this is a highly, highly recommend for me. If you love Westerns, check out Silver Load. Find this edition, if you got an all-region player, that is, or just find it and watch it. It's a great movie. Okay, guys, and now we're going to move up to a Blue Underground release. This is a classic spaghetti Western. This is one I've never seen. And I got this, and this is a 2-disc special edition from Blue Underground. This is A Bullet for the General, and this movie was great. This has to be on my list of in the top 10, top 20 of all time. This is such a good Western. It's such a great spaghetti Western. It's got 2 different versions on here. It's got I think it's got the U.S. release, and then it's got the international release, the Italian cut. Great movie. It's got try to pronounce his name right. Was it Gia Maria Volante, who was in for a few dollars more. I think Face to Face? I think he was in. Great classic actor. I mean, he only did a handful of westerns, but they were all really good westerns. It's got the great Klaus Kinski in it as one of the gang, one of the people that's running with him. And it's also got the great Lou Castel is in it, Jamie Fernandez. It's got a really good Louis Bacalov score. It's also Ennio Morricone is on the score, working on the score too. It's directed by Damiano Dalmani. No, I totally messed up his name, and I'm sorry. But A Bullet for the General is great. This kind of takes place kind of the Mexican Revolution. It's kind of it's probably one of the very best of the revolutionary Mexican type spaghetti western ones. You know, we got ones like what do you call it? Campaneros, and it's got The Mercenary and movies like that. All great movies. This is definitely one of the best of those. Klaus Kinski is in his gang. He kind of plays this like a long-haired, like almost, I don't know, I guess he's supposed to be kind of Indian-ish or something. It's kind of funny, but they get a hold of a machine gun, and it's just a great movie. I mean, it's well made, well acted. It's got a great tense script. It's just really good. And I'm really excited because I had never seen it before, and it's such a good movie, and I can't believe I took this long to see this movie. But highly, highly recommend this movie, A Bullet for the General. Next up, this is another release through Blue Underground. This is a DVD. This was part of their Midnight Movies triple features they released probably almost 10 years ago now. But this one's got three movies on here. And speaking of Companeros, it's got Companeros, Sergio Corbucci's classic that's got, you know, Franco Nero and God, I'm having a brain fart. Thomas Milan, classic movie. What can I say? Great movie. It's also another movie that I really enjoyed on here is Lucio Fulci's Four of the Apocalypse. Really good movie. It's also got Thomas Milan in that one too, and really good. Oh man, it's such a good movie. Fabio Testi's in it also. He's really good. Michael J. Pollard, he's in it. And then the third movie on this set is Run Man Run, another Thomas Milan movie, which is another great movie, which I think that one is directed by, who is this directed by? Gosh, I'm having a complete another, I want to say Sergio Solima. That's what I was trying to think. But yeah, this is a great set. I wish these were on Blu-ray though, but this is a pretty good set you can get for about $10 or so. They're all DVDs, but the prints are excellent, really good looking. I had thought about for some time to upgrade to a Blu-ray of Companeros, but for right now I'll watch this release because it really does look great. These are some good movies. Some great westerns. Next up, another Sergio Corbucci film. This is a movie through the Warner Archive collection. This is Ringo and his Golden Pistol. This is a early Sergio Corbucci film starring Mark Damon. It's also got Valerie Fabrizi, Franco De Rosa, Really good. I really enjoyed this. It was really good. Especially, I mean, for this was probably his second Western, I want to say, Sergio Corbucci's. I think it's his second, maybe third Western. But yeah, this is really good. This is, before he would make Django and stuff like that. So, but really good. It's definitely a rewatch movie. Definitely rewatch this. But really enjoyed it. I think I only need like one or two. I think I need two more Sergio Corbucci movies to have all his Westerns. And the two I need, I haven't even seen yet. So it's going to be really cool to finally get those. But Ringo and his Golden Pistol, definitely recommend that. Next up, we got another Sergio Corbucci film. I wanted to rewatch this. I know I cover this in my Sergio Corbucci episode where I had some Sergio Corbucci films. But I got this out and I rewatched it, and I hadn't seen it in a while, but I wanted to rewatch it since my friend 101 Bronson was doing his weekly Sergio Corbucci film rankings, where he was ranking each one of his favorite ones and stuff. And this was his number one. This is his favorite Sergio Corbucci film, and I really wanted to see again, and that's The Great Silence. This is a great release from the Film Movement company. We got another Klaus Kinski, Jean-Louis Tringent stars in this. This is the 50th anniversary edition, and they did a restoration and everything on it, and it looks really good, really good. And this is a great movie. If you've never seen The Great Silence, do yourself a favor, get this release, and check this movie out, because it is definitely one of the best late 60s westerns, spaghetti westerns, Euro westerns, whatever you want to call them. It's a great western. Check it out, The Great Silence. And finally, guys, I have another movie from the 1950s. This is a western directed by John Farrow, who's... I'm really kind of getting into John Farrow's work. He made a lot of different movies. He made some film noir. He made some action movies, some war movies. He's made some really good movies and a lot of good westerns. And this is an older Paramount DVD release of a movie called Copper Canyon. I had never heard of it. It's got a great cast: Ray Milland, Hedy Lamarr. It's got McDonald Carey, Mona Freeman, Harry Carey Jr., and it's a really nice Technicolor movie. I had never seen it before. Took a chance on it, but it was slightly disappointing. It was a little more. It was a little more story and not enough action, I think. I mean, maybe I didn't give it a fair shake. I'll definitely rewatch it, and if I decide, that I really enjoyed it, then I'll show it again in a future episode and recommend it. But I think if you're a fan of 50s westerns, American westerns, do yourself a favor and get it, because you can get it for like $5 on eBay or somewhere. So it's really cool. I mean, it looks cool. It's a different premise. I mean, the story, I guess, I don't know what made me not like it as much, but it's an adventure set in the early days following the Civil War. Ray Milland plays Johnny Carter. He's a vaudeville sharpshooter trying to outrun his past as a hero in the Confederate Army. But when some ex-Confederate miners need protection from the Unionists and corrupt lawmen who run Copper Canyon, Johnny straps on his 6 guns to fight for justice and win the heart of a local beauty played by Hedy Lamarr. It's loaded with rip-roaring action and excitement. Copper Canyon is a gun-blazing western that hits the bullseye. I think what kind of... I don't know, I just didn't really like the part of the these miners in this town where they're being chased off their claims by this by these ex-Confederate. Well, it basically boils down to, this is right after the Civil War, and this town is basically Union soldiers, you know, and Union soldiers' families and everybody. So if the Confederate Army comes out and try to live there, or try to have their own mining claim or something, they're being chased away by the other people. So it kind of pulls the story down a little bit, because it's, you know, and then some of the actors that played the Confederate miners and stuff was just kind of like, meh. I don't know, maybe it was the wrong night to watch this movie or something. Maybe I just wasn't in the mood for this or something. But Ray Milland's always good. He's always good in stuff, and this is actually the first movie I ever seen with Hedy Lamarr in it. So I will make a note, and I will rewatch this and everything, because I had a lot of hope for it. But it's definitely it's an early Paramount 50s. It came out in 1950. And everything. So I'm gonna give this story another try and watch it, and we'll see. And so if you see it on my episode again in the future, you know I liked it. But so I kind of halfway recommend it. So I mean, for $5, what do you think? Take a chance and get it. I'll leave that up to you guys, but I can't completely recommend it. But it's definitely worth a look. It's definitely worth it to give it a try and watch it. So I'm going to try it out again and watch it. So anyway, guys, to wrap up this episode, I got a couple of things here I want to really recommend. I want to really recommend The Great Silence. If you have not ever seen this movie, check this movie out. If you're getting into spaghetti westerns and you haven't seen it yet, you definitely want to get that. Definitely, if you want to, you know, kill three birds with one stone, get this release. It's got Companeros, it's got Four of the Apocalypse and Run Man Run. It's a great economic way to get some really good movies, and they look beautiful. Beautiful prints by Blue Underground. They always have do really good work. Like this release, definitely get The Bullet for a General. Beautiful release, such a good movie, such a classic, one of the very best spaghetti westerns ever made. A Bullet for the General. And I really do. I recommend all of these. I'm such a big fan of this, especially Silver Load. This was a big surprise, and I really enjoyed this. So find Silver Load. This edition, I really recommend. Check it out. But find Silver Load and watch it. And Gunman's Walk, really good also. So check those out, guys. You won't be disappointed. They're really good. So that's about it. So if you like this episode, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified when I release another episode. And as always, comment. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Let me know your favorites. And if I left out anything, let me know. Let me know about these movies. Until next time, guys, I'm Mike. Thanks for watching. And always watch good movies. Check out some westerns tonight. And I will see you guys later. Goodbye. Adios.